Well, hey there, thinkers. Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est. And while Disney's latest Snow White, Rachel Zegler, took a break from fairy tale bliss to throw down on social media, going off on Trump supporters and wishing them a lifetime without peace. Because naturally, nothing says fairest of them all quite like a heated political rant. So Zegler's outburst has some people scratching their heads. After all, it's not every day you see a Disney princess wishing unrest on a chunk of the population. But hey, maybe Disney's new slogan is happily never after, for anyone who dares to disagree. However, I have a few things to say here, but before I do, we have a small request. If you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. We would greatly appreciate this, since this will help us appease those YouTube algorithm gods. So, we thank you. Now, let me give you our thoughts on this, and let's get into this article from That Park Place. The article is titled, Disney's Snow White actress, Rachel Zegler, causes controversy with unhinged social media election tantrum. Hopes Trump supporters never know peace. And I mean, Rachel Zegler's strong comments about Trump supporters have certainly stirred up mixed reactions. As a high-profile actress, and I say that very lightly, as a high-profile actress, her words obviously attract a lot of attention, especially on polarizing topics like politics. For some, her statements are empowering, reflecting the frustrations felt by a few. Now, while others with their heads on straight find said comments divisive and inappropriate given her public platform. Now, given Disney's reputation and target audience, her choice to speak out so candidly might also raise questions about how much personal views should intertwine with professional personas, especially for those in family-focused media. Because this is just another example of the ongoing tension around how much influence celebrities should wield in political matters, and the responsibility that does come with that. So, of course, Rachel Zegler, the supposed face of Disney's Snow White, is out here stirring up another mess online. Again. Seriously. It's honestly like she's trying to make public meltdown part of her personal brand. Like, picture this. She's in the middle of Romeo and Juliet, taking a break from acting on stage just to jump online and act out even harder on social media. It's freaking wild. She's playing the fairest of them all for Disney, but somehow can't resist these not-so-fair rants. Can't you just picture the people at Disney face-palming as they watch their leading lady use her princess platform to fire off dramatic curses at half the country? It's like she's channeling all the wrong Snow White vibes and forgets singing to animals. She's out here screaming at screens. Oh, here we go. Zegler, the voice of reason, getting all emotional over a hypothetical daughter she doesn't even have. Because clearly the future of an imaginary child is the real crisis here. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. She starts as if the world is about to end because of an election. And then she hits us with another 4 years of hatred, leaning us towards a world I don't want to live in, leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby if she doesn't want, leading us towards a world that is fearful. Of course, that world is one where her hypothetical daughter is apparently doomed to a fate of forced motherhood, because that's totally what everyone voted for, right? But wait, there's more. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I am heartbroken for my friends who woke up in fear. And I am here for you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. I mean, how heartwarming. And just to make sure everyone knows she's still on her self-righteous soapbox, she adds, I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace. Wow. Real classy. Wishing harm and hardship on millions of people just because they voted differently? That will definitely bring us all together. I can't imagine why the left keeps failing to forge a new path forward. Maybe it's because this level of pettiness isn't exactly leadership material. Well, I don't know about you, but Zegler's speech is a real masterclass of hypotheticals and apparently imaginary offspring. So let me get this straight. She's speechless, but somehow manages a mini novel in the process, diving deep into the world of theoretical horrors. And that daughter she's so worried about doesn't actually exist. But hey, no harm in borrowing a hypothetical child to spice up your dramatic monologue, right? And I love how she's shocked and heartbroken for her friends who woke up in fear. That must have been some intense morning routine. Throw in a wish of internal unrest for half the country, and voila! We've got ourselves a monologue straight out of a reality TV confessional. It's almost as if she's acting. This is the same Hollywood actress who has yet to appear in one successful film. But her next post says there is a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. It is terrifying the number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. It's a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of intelligence, of patriotism, and of humanity. She said, essentially chalking up Trump's win to who she feels are insecure, stupid American men. It should also be noted that, for clarity's sake, that Trump won 46% of the female vote. So she goes on, there is no help, no counsel in any of them. Zegler continuing to malign fellow Americans who disagree with her politically. I could go on. I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too. F this. I mean, come on, what a surprise. An actress who has never had a major hit movie sharing her deeply profound thoughts on the state of the nation. And I'm sure her career and wealth give her all the credibility needed to judge the voting habits of millions of Americans. Apparently, the deep sickness that she's concerned about is the fact that people are voting for someone that she just doesn't like. And of course, it has nothing to do with the concerns of real people in the country, right? Let's just ignore the fact that Trump won a significant chunk of the female vote and that her own opinion on the definition of security, masculinity, intelligence, patriotism, and humanity, especially when she proceeds to rail against anyone who disagrees with her. But hey, I mean, why focus on the logic when you can just toss in a personal attack on Elon Musk to wrap things up? Classic. Considering her next post was get off Elon's app, by the way, she said, the F are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. He helped get that man elected and you're giving him business. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're gonna pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad at today. There are plenty to go around. It was announced yesterday that Musk, along with Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the incoming administration's new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, an organization that will work to dismantle excess regulations and reduce frivolous spending in DC. Well, Zegler didn't seem all too impressed by that, though she wasn't done yet. Okay, that's all, she said, going on stage for Act 2 and need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. She then proceeds to get more heated by sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your Dem governors just got very important. They already are, but hey, follow your governors, hold them accountable. Local governments is where we will make real change. This is not the end. Ever, and I will love through these 4 years the best I can, ending her public denouncing with F Donald Trump. I mean, sure, let's just totally ignore the fact that she's on the app too, just to lecture others about it. It's cute how people love to act all high and mighty while they're out here clapping back from the very same platform they claim to detest. Also, it's pretty rich for her to toss out F Donald Trump right after the whole get off Elon's app spiel. Consistency is clearly her strong suit. It's honestly baffling how some people think that they can just take the moral high ground while totally ignoring their own contradictions. The irony of Zegler's rant is that she's railing against Elon Musk, criticizing him for his influence and the platform he supports, all while conveniently overlooking the fact that she's still using X, an app she herself claims to despise. It's almost like she's so invested in playing the role of righteous critic that she forgets to practice what she preaches. And then there's the whole F Donald Trump line, which feels kind of like an afterthought. Another chance to join the crowd in the culture war without any real substance. It's not as if calling out Trump on X is some kind of profound statement anymore. It's just a tired, predictable line thrown out with the hopes that it will somehow make her seem enlightened or edgy. Meanwhile, the real conversation happening around Musk and Ramaswamy's new venture, focused on efficiency and reducing government waste, is completely drowned out by her emotional outbursts. I mean, at the end of the day, it feels less like Zegler is standing on a soapbox with a mission to promote real change, and more like she's seeking attention and validation from people who think just like her. Yeah, it's easy to throw around divisive, dramatic statements when you've got a platform, but it takes far more effort and integrity to engage with the actual issues at hand. Without resorting to knee-jerk reactions or shallow sound bites. If she truly wants to be taken seriously, maybe, just maybe, she should start by leading with a little less hypocrisy and a lot more thoughtfulness. However, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!